Alright, listen up. My name is Ranju Vasudevan, and today we're not climbing mountains or crossing deserts. We're facing a different kind of challenge, but one that requires the same mindset, the same discipline, and the same preparation. Your Dvla theory test. Forget everything you think you know. This isn't about luck, it's about strategy. I'm here to give you the mission briefing you need to get your head in the game, to structure your revision, and to walk into that test center with the confidence of someone who has already won. This is your first step towards freedom on the open road, so pay attention, because the details matter. This isn't just another test you can blag your way through. The road is an unforgiving environment, and the theory test is designed to ensure you have the knowledge to navigate it safely and effectively. It's about building a solid foundation of understanding before you even turn the key. In this video, we're going to break down the mission into manageable phases. We'll dissect every critical topic, from road signs to hazard perception, ensuring you have the intelligence needed to operate. We're going to strip it back to basics and build you up, piece by piece, so there are no weak links in your knowledge. Think of me as your DS for this operation. I'm going to give you the tools, the tactics, and the mental framework to succeed. We will cover the 10 core areas you absolutely must master. This is about more than just passing an exam. It's about developing the right attitude and awareness to keep yourself and others safe. So, get your mind right, eliminate distractions, and prepare to absorb this information. Your mission to ace the Dvla theory test starts right now. Let's get to it. Right, first things first, situational awareness. On the road, your intelligence comes from the signs and markings around you. They are your primary source of information, your orders. You must be able to read and react to them instantly, without hesitation. We're talking about your warning signs, the triangles that scream, danger ahead, your mandatory signs, the blue circles that give you a direct command, and your information signs, which provide critical intel on your route. Ignoring them is mission failure. It's not just about memorizing shapes and colors, it's about understanding the why behind them. They dictate the flow of traffic and warn you of what's over the next hill. It doesn't stop with signs on poles. The ground beneath your wheels is talking to you constantly. Solid white lines, broken lines, double yellow lines. These aren't just paint, they are rules of engagement. They tell you where you can go, when you can overtake, and where you must not stop. Then you've got your traffic lights and the signals on smart motorways. These are dynamic commands that can change in a split second. Your ability to interpret them correctly under pressure is non-negotiable. Indecision is a weakness the road will exploit. Master this visual language and you control the environment. Fail to, and the environment controls you. Now we move on to the rules of engagement. These are the non-negotiable laws that govern every move you make. Speed limits are not a suggestion, they are a maximum, an absolute boundary you do not cross. Your discipline here is paramount. Lane discipline is just as critical. Hogging the middle lane on a motorway, that's lazy, selfish, and it creates chaos. You maintain your position, you execute maneuvers with purpose, and you return to your lane. It's about efficiency and safety for the entire unit, not just for you. Think of the road as a system. Your job is to operate within it flawlessly. Junctions are where most conflicts occur. This is where you must understand priority. Who has the right of way? When do you hold? When do you move? Hesitation causes accidents. Arrogance causes accidents. You observe, you assess, you act. Using your indicators isn't a polite request, it's broadcasting your intent, letting everyone else know your next move. Box junctions demand your full attention. You don't enter unless your exit is clear. And when you hear those sirens, you get out of the way. Emergency vehicles have total priority. Your job is to facilitate their passage safely and quickly, no excuses. The road is a constantly evolving threat environment. Your survival depends on your ability to see what's coming before it happens. This is hazard awareness. We're not just talking about the obvious stuff. A parked car isn't just a parked car. It's a potential door opening, a child running out from behind it. These are static hazards, predictable but dangerous if you're complacent. Then you have your moving hazards, other drivers, cyclists, pedestrians. You need to be constantly scanning, predicting their next move and asking yourself, what's the worst thing they could do right now? Areas like schools and bus stops are high threat zones. You dial up your vigilance, you drop your speed, you anticipate. Weather is another enemy. Rain, fog, ice, they change the rules of the game instantly. reducing your visibility and grip. But the biggest, most unpredictable hazard is the person in the other car. You must assume they haven't seen you. That's why you use your mirrors. Check them constantly. It's your 360-degree security. And your blind spot, that's a kill zone. A physical head check before you move is not optional. It's a life-saving drill. Complacency kills. Stay alert. Your vehicle is your primary piece of equipment. If it fails, you fail. Simple as that. Before any mission, you check your gear. It's the same in a car. You need to be conducting regular, systematic checks. Tires, lights, oil, water, electrics. These aren't a mechanic's job. They are your responsibility as the operator. You need to know your equipment inside and out. The dashboard is your comms panel, feeding you vital information. A warning light isn't a suggestion to get it looked at later. It's an immediate action signal. You must know what every single one means and how to react. Securing your load is another basic. Anything loose in your vehicle becomes a projectile in a crash. You lock it down. The same goes for yourself and your passengers. Your seatbelt isn't a fashion accessory. It's the system that holds you in place when everything goes wrong. You put it on, and you make sure everyone else has theirs on. If you have kids on board, their restraints must be fitted correctly, no compromises. And yeah, think about your impact on the environment. Don't be that person leaving the engine running for no reason or chucking rubbish out the window. Have some self-respect. Maintain your equipment, maintain your standards. Now for the most important component in the vehicle, your mind. You can have the best car and know all the rules, but if your head isn't in the game, you're a liability. Alertness is your baseline state. Driving is not a passive activity. You must be 100% focused on the task at hand. That means your phone is off. It's out of sight and it's out of mind. The radio isn't so loud you can't hear what's happening outside. You are present, you are engaged, you are in control. Distractions are the enemy within. You must eliminate them. Fatigue is a silent killer. It dulls your senses, slows your reactions, and makes you a danger to everyone. If you're tired, you do not drive. You pull over, you rest. It's that simple. The same goes for stress, alcohol, or medication. If your judgment is impaired in any way, you have no business being behind the wheel. Your attitude is everything. The road is not a racetrack or a place to settle scores. It's a shared space. You show courtesy, you show patience, and you give other road users the space and respect they deserve. A positive, disciplined mindset is your greatest safety feature. Knowing the theory is one thing. Executing the fundamentals under pressure is another. This is vehicle handling. It's about smooth, deliberate control. Your clutch, your gears, your accelerator, they are extensions of your will. You don't snatch at them. You learn the biting point. You make seamless gear changes. You apply power progressively. It's about finesse, not brute force. Your steering inputs should be the same, smooth and measured. You don't jerk the wheel, you guide the vehicle. Your hands are at 10 and 2 or 9 and 3 for maximum control. Braking is a critical skill. You don't just stamp on the pedal. You anticipate, you read the road ahead, and you apply the brakes progressively to slow down smoothly and safely. In an emergency, you need to know how your car will react. If you have an anti-lock braking system or ABS, you brake hard and steer. The system prevents the wheels from locking, allowing you to maintain steering control. You need to understand this. Parking isn't just about getting into a space. It's about doing it safely and efficiently, with full observation. These are the core physical skills. Practice them until they are second nature. Okay, so this is the admin. The stuff people usually find boring, but honestly, it's the foundation of your legal right to be on the road. Get it wrong, and well, your mission is over before it even starts. Your driving license is your ticket to operate. You really need to know what your specific license category allows you to drive, and any conditions attached to it. It's not just a piece of plastic. It's basically a contract. You have to be able to produce it, and it must be current. Your details, like your address, must be up to date. Seriously, there are no excuses for sloppy admin. Every vehicle on the road needs its own paperwork in order. The V5C registration document proves who the keeper is. The MOT certificate proves it's roadworthy. Vehicle tax has to be paid, and insurance is absolutely non-negotiable. Driving without valid insurance is a fast track to a massive fine, points, and even a ban. These 4 things, license, registration, MOT, and insurance, are your pillars. You've also got to understand the penalty system. Points on your license are basically black marks against your name. You need to know what the consequences are for speeding, for using a phone, for any kind of infraction, really. And finally, you've got to know your duty to report incidents or changes. Ignorance of the law is no defense. No matter how good you are, things can go wrong. The measure of a good operator is how they react when the plan falls apart. This is crisis management. If you're involved in a collision, the first thing you do is stop. Then switch off your engine and turn on your hazard lights. Your own safety is the priority. Check for injuries on yourself and your passengers before checking on anyone else. Stay calm. Panic is contagious and useless. You exchange details, names, addresses, insurance information. You don't admit fault at the scene. You gather facts. You should have a basic awareness of first aid. Knowing how to check if someone is breathing or how to apply pressure to a wound could be the difference between life and death while you wait for professionals. Know the emergency contact procedures, 999 or 112. Be ready to give them your exact location. If your vehicle breaks down, get it as far off the road as possible. Put your hazards on. And if you're on a motorway, get out of the vehicle and stand behind the safety barrier. You should also know how to use the safety equipment in your car, like a warning triangle or a fire extinguisher. Hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. You need to watch this if you struggle with driving in unpredictable weather. The environment is always changing, and your driving must adapt with it. Heavy rain turns a simple drive into a real challenge. Visibility drops, and your stopping distance at least doubles, so you leave a bigger gap and slow down. Dipped headlights help others spot you in poor weather. It's not just about seeing, it's about being seen. Always reassess the risks. Fog is even trickier, like driving blind. Slow right down and use fog lights if you can barely see, but remember to turn them off when things clear up. Watch out for hidden dangers like aquaplaning, when your tires lose grip on water, and black ice, a see-through layer of ice you won't notice until it's too late. In these moments, avoid hard braking or sharp steering. Ease off the accelerator and keep your steering steady. Adjusting to the conditions shows skill, not weakness. It's proof of smart, controlled driving. The final piece of the puzzle is understanding that you're not alone out there. You're operating in an environment full of what we call vulnerable road users. These are people with zero physical protection: pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists, and horse riders. You, in your metal box, have a duty of care towards them. You give them space, a lot of space, at least 1.5 meters when overtaking a cyclist. You look twice for motorbikes, especially at junctions. They are hard to see and can be hidden in your blind spots. When you see pedestrians, especially children or the elderly, you anticipate they might do something unpredictable. You slow down. When you approach a horse, you kill your speed and give it a wide berth. A loud engine or a horn can spook it, with catastrophic consequences. You also need to be aware of large vehicles like buses and lorries. They have huge blind spots, so don't tailgate them or linger alongside them. And yes, even animals on the road. You brake, you don't swerve if you can help it. Your job is to share the road safely. It requires vigilance, patience, and empathy. Master this, and you've mastered the complete driving mindset. So, that's the briefing. We've covered the 10 critical areas you need to embed in your mind before you even think about taking that test. This isn't about cramming information the night before. This is about disciplined, structured revision. Go back through each chapter we've discussed. Use the official DVLA resources. Use the apps. Do the mock tests until you're consistently hitting pass marks of over 90%. Identify your weak areas and attack them relentlessly. Don't hope for an easy test. Prepare for a hard one. Your preparation is your armor. The more you sweat in training, the less you bleed in battle. The theory test is the gateway. Passing it proves you have the knowledge and the right attitude to be a safe and responsible road user. It's the foundation upon which all your practical driving skills will be built. When you walk into that test center, you walk in knowing you have done the work. You are prepared for any question, any scenario they throw at you because you haven't just memorized answers. You understand the principles behind them. You are in control. Go in there, execute the mission, and pass. This is your responsibility. I want to wish you the very best of luck. Not that you'll need it if you've prepared correctly. Go and earn that pass certificate. When you do, the real learning on the road begins. If you found this briefing useful and want more no-nonsense advice to make you a better, safer driver, then hit that subscribe button and stick with me. We've got a lot more ground to cover. Now get to it. Dismissed.